Hello and welcome back to Judge Morally Ambiguous Lover of the People Pump House. So it looks like if we acquit this guy, the aristocrats want an acquittal, but the revolutionaries and the common folk want to kill him. It looks like to stop us from getting the sack, Mr. Soldier Man. You're dead anyway. Let's look at the case file then, shall we? As Dave Pumphouse likes to do. It's another double pager. We've got treason. It's never good. Treason. And Carlton Revolutionary. Oh dear. Gaston de Tucci, Viscount of de Poissy, 37-year-old captain of the artillery. Unlike other officers from the aristocracy, he did not flee France once the revolution began, and he instead continued his military career. Well, good on you, Mr. de Tucci. Good. He became famous after the Battle of Valmy. He halted the advance of the Prussian and Austrian armies. Well done. Well done, Mr. de Tucci. Very well done. He is generally considered to be an experienced officer, although his past alcoholism casts a shadow upon his reputation. As an officer, he has been tasked with transferring the company's cannon to the site of the mass execution of counter-revolutionaries. The Bicêtre prison warden, Alphonse d'Autre, has accused him of intentionally losing the cannon during the march and sabotaging the verdicts of the Revolutionary Tribunal. Okay, why does it say one of two and I can't turn the page? Well, let's have a look, shall we? Please introduce yourself. Captain Gaston de Tucci, Cannon Company, 39th Demi Brigade. Well, Captain de Tucci, I remind the accused that he faces the court as an ordinary citizen, stripped of all privilege resulting from his rank and suspended as a soldier pending the conclusion of this trial. If I may, I was not awarded my rank by the court, so the court will not tell me if I am an officer or not. Very well, Mr. de Tucci. I respect that, but we're in the early 1800s here, if not the late 1700s. Most probably late 1700s, probably. So I will tell you what you are, sir. Do not tell me how I am going to address you in my court, you son of a bitch. I'll call you what I like. I respect that you're a veteran, but know your place. Actually, he's like, what is he? Oops. You are accused of using your position to obstruct the execution of counter-revolutionaries. Do you plead guilty? No. It is shit. It is shit produced by an arse that is Citizen d'Autre. They should behead you, you filthy mouth. Okay. It is you who should be beheaded, you cowardly sluggards. You shout here, but I do not see you on the Prussian front. But you are right. I'm not a soldier, Mr. de Tucci. I'm a judge. Okay. Are you drunk? The offender's personality. Are you drunk, Mr. de Tucci? Wait a minute. Oh, that seems very morally ambiguous to ask. That's a more like a. That's a weird one. Okay. So, it's that one. You're an experienced officer. The offender's personality. There we go. I find it surprising that an experienced officer would foresee provisions and cannon being unable to keep up with lighter vehicles. Huh. I did not expect that Sergeant Foot would get lost in well-known terrain and lead the transport to Valberg instead of Porcherons. I believe the accused did what he could to lose the cannon, so they would not arrive at the site of the execution. Why would I do that? The author could easily ask for any other company of 6-pounders. It will not help anyone, especially the condemned. Maybe the delay of the execution was part of your plan. What plan? Did you intend to free the condemned? Nonsense. Make him spit out the collaborators. Well, Mr. Ditucci, let's have a look at the case file here again. And I don't know why the fuck... There, there's the second page. Ha! Right. Shall we call him Mr. De Utra? Can we call him in? Any chance? Tucci issued an order to transport the cannon crew on the company's vehicles, separate from the cannon being found in the vicinity of Valberg, far from Porcherance, where the condemned was scheduled to be shot. When the cannon crew finally arrived, Captain Ditucci was drunk. The soldiers testified that Ditucci changed the route of the transport with Sergeant Fute after marching had already started. Diotro claims that Tucci arranged the operation because a certain Quentin de Laval, his comrade at arms, was among the condemned. Tucci and Laval fought together in the Army of the North during the Battle of Valmy. De Laval carried the Viscount on his back in the middle of the Prussian artillery fire. Oh dear. At first, Ditucci was supposed to face a court-martial, but given the counter-revolutionary character of his charges, it was decided he should instead answer to the Revolutionary Tribunal. Mr. Ditucci, I'm very sorry. If I can find a way off to save this man, I will. Method, motives. Here we go. It was a motive to save the man, wasn't it? Did the accused intentionally direct the cannon to Valberg to obstruct the execution of Quentin de Laval? I did not know that Colonel de Laval was among the condemned. So it was just stupidity. I'd rather say it was a mistake. True, people make mistakes. One says at the back. And war mistakes like that can cost our soldiers their lives. I admit that as an officer I am guilty, but I did not have ill intentions. You should herd horses, not indeed soldiers. Oh, Christ. I mean, I was going to have to kill you anyway, but I mean, like... Wow. Okay. So we've got changed the route of the transport. Motive. Incorrect link. Method. There we go. Why did the artillery march before the cannon? Because they were ready to leave earlier. The gunners had to prepare the carriages and take the case shot from the arsenal in order to realize Deirdre's dream of becoming the second Fouche. You did not like the execution order? The army is supposed to fight, not torture defenseless people. Those defenseless people pose a threat to France. They deserve to be shot. I was given an order and tried to carry it out. You asked for my opinion, so I gave it to you. I wonder why, after such a long time of sobriety, you decided to get drunk precisely when the dude... I wonder why, after such a long time, you decided to get drunk precisely when carrying out the order. It's my personal weakness. It's the only thing I can admit to. Was that momentary weakness also responsible for you ordering Sergeant Fouté to send the cannon to Vauberg instead of Polcherons? He was found drunk on duty. Looks like he's been drinking a lot. The war hero here has become drunk to deal with the horrors of war. And I'm gonna have to kill him. Ah, that sucks. At least he fought against the Prussians. People are irritated. Right. Method. I'll tell you what. Why did you not follow protocol and order the crew to march with their cannon? According to the Colonel Fabron's orders, the company was to arrive at Porcherons within a day. That was impossible. We would not have made it in time if we had marched from the training ground to following protocol. Okay. Colonel Fabron made no mention of disregarding the standard marching procedure in his order. There was, however, a strong indication that the tribunal's verdict could not wait and that I should hurry. The order was clear. The circumstances were extraordinary. So I did all I could to carry it out. Separating the crew from the cannon was supposed to hasten the march. Yeah, I would be interested to hear your explanation of that too. The crew would have been able to carry out the execution without the cannon. That's very true. I remember a very different plan. I wanted to follow my orders as closely as possible. I can't kill this man. He's a veteran. He's just suffering. Fuck. Did the defendant confess to the crime? No, he has not. He has not yet. What are we missing? Cannon transport. It'd be a motive. There we go. And then this would be that. All questions unlocked. Brilliant. Call in the witness, please. That's what we were looking for. Please introduce yourself. Oliver Foot. Second section of the... Okay. Witness, where were you supposed to lead the cannon transport? Parchment would be guillotined. Comrades of the witness testified that at some point the accused changed the destination of transport, sending it to Valberg instead of Porcherance. During a break, took me to one side and said we had the wrong orders and should head to Valberg. He stank like a brewery. The officers are constantly drunk, but we have to listen to them anyway. Does he often abuse alcohol? To be honest, I haven't seen him drunk in a while. I know. Okay. What would you do to help a comrade in harm's whose life is in danger? Whatever I could. So the accused would not hesitate to sabotage the execution of Colonel de Laval here, to whom he owes his life. Oh, Lieutenant, not Colonel. Many prosperity not change the decision of the tribunal. True, but it would clear your conscience, as you would not participate in his death. I believe that is a good enough excuse for losing the cannon. In my opinion, we are dealing with a plot. He wanted to free de Laval. Imputation and speculation. Where is your evidence? He has a point. If we dismiss all the absurd possibilities, only a counter-revolutionary plot remains. Give me the names of your collaborators. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, right. The people are getting pissed off. No. How did Ditucci explain the decision to separate the crew from the cannon? To follow procedure, I think he said. Who was supposed to be executed? How did the sergeant describe the scheduled execution? Torturing defenseless people. That's what he said. Mr. Ditucci, Captain, I'm very sorry, and I know you've fought hard for France. I know you fought very, very hard for France. We do respect veterans in this courthouse. And we respect officers too. A man of your distinction is of great merit to France. And I wish I could find you innocent and acquit you of, you know, your thing, but I mean, these are times of war, sir. I think. The pesky English over there are only so many miles away. Not very far at all, and they could come at any point. Now what is this? Yes, okay. Where was I? Mr. Ditucci. in times of war, not having a cannon in the right place can mean the death of many people. A man in your position who is looking after what, 100 men? 100 men, would you say? A man in your position would know that certain things need to be certain places. I know it was an execution, but it was an order from a higher up, and I do personally value your debt to a man who saved your life, if that it was indeed actually your motive, which you claim it wasn't. But I'll tell you the truth, Mr. Datucci. The common people don't like me very much, and neither do the revolutionaries. So I'm going to have to kill you. But maybe you die anyway. From alcoholism. You know? Maybe like your friend, you were just sentenced to death, and that's just the way it's going to have to be. Which is a shame. Real shame. I wish I could save you, Captain, but I'm going to have to call it the death penalty. So that others may live in the future and not have to deal with a drunk commanding officer who will cost the lives of many a young man. I'm very sorry, Captain, to be guillotined. Very sorry, Captain. We'd out the Tucci before he failed our army on the battlefield. That is true, Antoine. But don't be a dick about it. Well done. You're killing a defender of France. That is true, madam. But sometimes, in a nation's armour, a proud and mighty armour like France's, you know, of great history, great culture, and sometimes we can send these people out and they could be the best shiny bastards ever in their prime, but if he's gonna go back on that front line, and because he's drunk one morning and some poor bastard who's been there a week on the front line gets killed because of his drunkenness, or his whole squad gets wiped out because he's drunk, and you know, he would probably be flogged out of the army anyway if, you know, he was drunk in front of his superior or did something crazy. And then he'd probably die a drunk in a gutter anyway. It's a sad thing, madam, but you're right. He was a defender of France, but that once mighty shiny armour is a bit rusty now, and we have to cast it out. Bravo, says the other lady. Well, there's nothing bravo about executing a fine soldier. But at least we stopped ourselves from getting killed. Ah, what a shame. -5. Okay, well, cool. Let's have a look and see what happens next. Day 6. Are we doing some more minor ones? Because they killed me last time. They really did. Oh, could be a cutscene. Oh no. It looks like some woman off the Scottish Widows advert. cool. I wonder what she's done. It looks like she smacked Napoleon over here round the mush and broke his nose. Why did you do it, girl? Why did you do it? Find out next time on Judge Morally Ambiguous Pump House.